The following is a local resident producer's program. The program content is the sole responsibility of the producer and does not necessarily reflect the views or policies of Oshkosh Media, the City of Oshkosh, or Time Warner Cable.
Hello, and this is Edward Kastner for another edition of Making It Happen. To my left here, I have AKA Captain ZaRoni, AKA Jon Doemel.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining me from ZaRoni's Pizza.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what do we have in front of us tonight?
We have our flavor of the month. This is our BLTza, our BLT pizza. So it's mayo, bacon, more bacon, tomatoes, and lettuce.
And what do we have over here?
This is our Wisco Mac. Our Wisco Mac has our classic mac sauce with mustard and onions and sauerkraut and brats. We got a little potato chip topping on that too. So trying to get us ready for spring like it should be outside right now.
So if you're a little hungry,
yeah,
go to ZaRoni's.
Right.
And
if you're a lot hungry.
and I know the weather is kind of not the best.
Yeah, we deliver.
So if you end up with 100, 200 people, you can still seat them, right?
Right, absolutely. And have.
You want to talk a little bit about the history of ZaRoni's? Like, what gave you the vision for ZaRoni's?
Sure. We used to be a glass nickel pizza company here in Oshkosh, and as they grew, they wanted to be consistent across the chain. We were always a name lease, so we were able to use our own recipes. So when the time came that we had to either conform or get out, we decided to go on our own, and we had always did a big Macnado, what we called. We'd feed the North High football team before every game. And afterwards, we would play around with the macaroni, kind of like we would do our pizza. So when we decided to go on our own, we decided we wanted to do macaroni and cheese like we do our pizzas with all kinds of different options.
Yeah. Now I know your logo, and I know you don't believe in like franchising and whatnot, but could you see ZaRoni's taking off and maybe expanding to other, like Fond du Lac? How far do you want to go with this ZaRoni's dream?
I hope so. I'd like to franchise it. Fond du Lac would be nice. I don't know how close I want to have them to each other because they're kind of a draw.
Yeah.
But I love the opportunity of giving back, and I think other communities could benefit from a ZaRoni's.
What gave you the philosophy that, what drew you to pizza? What drew you to food?
Well, school. I worked in kitchens to put myself through college, and then realized that there weren't any really good paying jobs out there. So I decided to, use the degree that paid me to get through college.
Right?
Yeah.
What was your major?
Well, I had 5 to choose from, and I never chose. So it was radio, television, film. It was philosophy, psychology, business, and anthropology.
Okay.
And then when it came down to choose which associate degree, I couldn't do it. Dropped one class, and I never went back. But I don't get alumni letters, so that's good.
No, and did you work in food before ZaRoni's?
Yeah, I worked at KFC for 6 years and Famous Dave's for 5 years.
Which one did you like better?
Probably Famous Dave's. It was a lot more fun.
Why?
Just the pace, the barbecue, the atmosphere, the crew. We really worked well together. It was kind of like a family, and it's something that we really continued when we opened up as Glass Nickel in 2004, and then turned into ZaRoni's in 16.
So, if a person wants to start their own business, what is the cost of something like this? Because sometimes it can be and the support you get from your family.
Yeah.
Talk about your family a little bit.
Sure. Well, my mom was a teacher for almost 40 years here in Oshkosh, and now she teaches at UWO.
Yeah.
And my dad used to run Dirkson's downtown, and ended up being a custodian in the same school my mom taught at. So family was everything to me. And now I got my wife, Madam ZaRoni, and my 4 little macaronis at home, so she's kind of on here as well. And we kind of came up with a superhero persona of her and Madam ZaRoni and me as Captain ZaRoni, and ZaRoni's it's a mash of words, so it's pizza and macaroni, but it sounds Italian.
So how did you ever come up with the word captain? Did you see like, did you see something that sparked your eye, or how did captain come across?
Well, I've always been a fan of Captain America. So
Okay.
if we went with the superhero theme, I wanted to be a captain.
Okay.
I've never really liked the term boss. So I've always had people at the
You
restaurant call me
kind of remind me
Captain.
a little bit of a Popeye the Sailor Man. If you ever watched that, like
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about the menu.
Sure.
We've got pizza, we've got mac, and you've got cheese curds, you've got
Sure.
any kind of pizza, and you can also build your own.
All kinds of pizzas, all kinds of mac and cheese. Of course, we got chicken strips and kid meals. And for kid meals, we do some healthier sides too, like grapes or carrots. Our salad menu is crazy. It's really extensive. Normally, when you go to a restaurant, you can have the house salad or the Caesar salad. Well, we wanted a whole bunch. So we have 7 different specialty salads, and you can build your own salad as well. And as far as the macs go, we have 21 different kind of mac and cheeses. And you can use any of the specialty mac and cheese and put it on a pizza, and that's what we call a ZaRoni.
Okay, John, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Sure.
Can you name them all off?
Can I name them all off?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That has put me on the spot. Mac Potato, Cajun Mac, Madame ZaRoni, Wisco Mac, Mexi Mac, Parma Mac, Mac and Balls, Mac and Meatballs. Oh, boy. Yeah, Philly Mac, Bacon Mac Burger. They all have fun names. They really do.
And what's your most popular mac?
Mac Daddy. So
What's in the Mac Daddy?
Mac Daddy is double bacon, ham, and sausage, and a little extra cheese. It's an Oshkosh special.
That really sounds like a Mac Daddy.
It is. You're definitely full if you finish that one.
Whose idea was to come up with the Mac Daddy, or how did you, with some of your food creations, how did you come up with it? Was it a collaboration between you and your wife, or?
Yeah, kind of, and what worked before. So our Meatosaurus Rex pizza is our #1 seller. So we knew that Oshkosh loved a lot of meat and meat lover type options. So we had to have a macaroni that did the same thing. So, and it absolutely sold like crazy.
The macaroni sold like crazy?
Yeah, the Mac Daddy, yeah.
Has it even sold more than you envisioned?
Way more. Way more.
Why do you think because it's homemade?
Yeah, it's homemade. It's a great sauce. I thought the macaroni was gonna be a compliment to our pizza, but it really has a life of its own. It's right up there with pizza, and we have just as many people making mac and cheese as we have pizza. And the first weekend we were open, we went through 27 gallons of cheese sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
27 gallons.
27 gallons of cheese sauce.
We're probably talking about big. Is it big like in plastic things like this?
No, we make it from scratch. So
the cheese sauce you make from scratch.
So big crock pots, or not crock pots, but big cooking pots, and we made a lot of batches that weekend. Yeah.
So do you keep Madame ZaRoni pretty busy then with the sauce and stuff too then? Or?
We do. She was really crucial. Nothing gets added to the menu without her approval. So, and she definitely has a good palate, and you listen to your madams out there. They know what they're talking about.
Now, if somebody approached you with an idea from the Oshkosh area, like a new idea for a pizza, are you more than welcome to try it?
Absolutely, and we partnered with the Wisconsin Herd. We let them kind of create 3 different flavors that we ran for a month, and we did it as a fundraiser.
And how did it go?
It went over really well. We raised over $1,000. So all 3 organizations we raised money got $360 some from us. Right?
What? You're not originally from Oshkosh, right?
Oh, born and raised.
Okay, you are.
Yeah, I'm a Doemel, so I've never been to another city I've met a Doemel in.
So why do you love Oshkosh so much? What makes Oshkosh unique?
It just has everything for me. It's the right balance between being too small and being too big. Yeah. We're not a small town, but we're not exactly in Milwaukee. It's the biggest little city. Everybody knows each other here. Everybody hears everything here, and a lot of people give back. I mean, the amount of community outreach in this city is humbling to me.
Because I know one thing, when I order pizza, and I do a couple times a month, I know that you have like a can donation.
Yeah.
where you can get $1 or $2 off when if you donate cans and
Yep.
stuff. Can you talk about some other stuff that you do in community wise?
Well, we do the $2 non-perishable food donation, and then that food goes right to the Oshkosh area community pantry, and we raise probably 2 tons of food for them every year. We do a hero discount, so if you give back to the community in any way, if you're a teacher or a firefighter or a veteran or a nurse or a volunteer at the Salvation Army and you help plate food, we'll give you 10% off. So we kind of tell you got to give to get at ZaRonis, and if you give back, you can reap the benefits.
Don't you think if other businesses do that, it would make the community more, it would make the world better, right?
Absolutely. Well, there's 7 food pantries in Oshkosh, so I'd love 6 other restaurants to do a non-perishable food donation to help raise food for them.
Because we have quite the, Oshkosh is a great community, and there's a lot to, and I know that you had the person on from American Idol. She was at your restaurant.
Sure, Frankie Joe.
Frankie Joe, and can you just talk about what having her meant in your restaurant? Did a lot of people show up for autographs? And
Yeah, a lot of people did show up for it. And anytime we can look at somebody, especially like Frankie Joe, as young as she is, chasing a dream and not giving up and having the courage to do what it takes to go and get it and to be nice, and the message that she has of being kind and kind of not so much focusing on anti-bully but pro-kindness. And I really think that is the message that's going to win out. You just tell people that enough's enough, it's time to be nice to each other.
And do you think that's what's missing in the world? Like, it's just, it's kind of lost in a little bit, it gets,
And we tell everybody to stop acting bad instead of rewarding people for acting good and telling them to be good. Yeah, wrong focus, just got to shift.
And here's a shout out to Frankie Moscato.
Yeah.
I would love to have you on my show to talk about your, to talk about your local, you winning in American Idol, like you going to Hollywood, because I want to support the local dreams of everybody here in Oshkosh, not just pizza, not just restaurants, but everybody.
Yeah, Frankie should definitely sit in this chair
across the board.
That's right. Yep.
So as far as ZaRonis, when did you think of this idea?
Boy, we thought of it. It started off as it was going to be Mac and Zaz.
Mac and Zaz.
Mac and Zaz. Then we decided that sounded too bro-ish. And it was going to be 70s themed Polaroids and Miss Pac-Man. And then it ended up just kind of getting this whole superhero theme to it. And then we came up with our characters, and we came up with ZaRonis as a mash between pizza and macaroni, and it worked well. And we just had so much fun. I mean, when we closed and reopened with a new rebrand and a new menu in 5 days, which was chaotic. Can
you talk about your little love for superheroes and why, what that's all about? And because I know you had a superhero, it was a son-daughter, was it a date night thing or?
Yeah, that was that was at the YMCA. They had an event, a superhero mother-son.
Mother-son.
Yep, night, and it was just something perfect for us. They reached out to us to help with pizzas, and we jumped on board because it's the type of thing that we do. And as far as superheroes for us, it's just what I think the world needs. And the cool thing about superheroes is anybody can be a superhero. So you just have to do the right thing and try to help your neighbor. That's kind of the message that we're going for. Stan Lee was an iconic person for me. I mean, he dealt with the civil rights movement way before anything passed, and that's what the backbone of superheroes were. Is just because we're different doesn't mean that we have to be looked down upon, and we, if we can help, we should help.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I'm disabled doesn't make me any different than anybody.
Absolutely.
Anybody else.
Absolutely.
And I applied at ZaRonis.
I did, yeah. We got your application on file.
So
putting me on the spot, I like it.
So, would you ever consider hiring somebody with special needs?
Absolutely, we do all the time. They come in the morning. They help us set up the buffet. Even helping fold boxes, something to get them a work experience and to get them out there.
Because I'm possibly looking for a work experience or to get employed. So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
What is your wildest pizza you ever eaten?
Wildest pizza?
Your wildest pizza, not from ZaRonis, but just ever.
Oh, boy. What? A cold pizza was cream cheese and a whole bunch of vegetables. So they cooked the dough ahead of time and then put cold cream cheese and a whole bunch of veggies on it. And it was a cold pizza, but designed that way. It was like a picnic in a box. It was delicious.
Did you design it that way, or did somebody else design it that way?
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
You know what I can't stand on a pizza?
What's that?
Tuna.
Tuna?
I can eat it like in a casserole.
Yeah.
And I like my pineapple. I like my pineapple for Canadian, but
right.
For Canadian, but I can't stand tuna.
Would you like tuna melt sandwiches?
I do.
You do? Well, see, you just gotta get your brain around it.
So maybe it's my weird.
Right. Think of the pizza like an open-faced sandwich, because that's how I look at it. I don't look at it like a pizza. Look at it as a little open-faced sandwich. Maybe you just got to put two pieces on top of each other and call it a tuna melt.
So you said that you would hire. I want to backtrack here now.
Sure.
You said you would hire somebody with special needs.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about those. You want to talk about your staff and what importance they mean to you, and talk about those people with special needs that you bring in for a work experience?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a kid right now that who's on the autism spectrum, and he comes in on the weekends and he wipes down the dining room, and we give him a great purpose. And another thing I want to mention too, the first Saturday of every month from 11 to 2, we do a low sensory day. So we turn down the lights and the music, and it's for people with children that register on the autism spectrum to be able to come in and have a low sensory experience. It's nice for them, but he does a great job, and it's great working with Alex. I'm doing a great job. He always says, "Yes, you are," and any kind of capabilities that they have, we can highlight.
I guess, do you want to send a message to parents, because sometimes parents, they look at the community and they be like, "Oh, my son or daughter can't go there because of their condition," or my son, do you want to tell them it's okay to come to ZaRonis?
It's more than okay.
And they feel welcome?
Absolutely, they should feel welcome. There's a lot of neurotypical children out there that misbehave. There's a lot of kids that just go wild all the time, so you should never feel that you're not welcome there. You're never going to get judged at ZaRonis. The first Saturday of the month, we just try to make it a little extra special, so the kids don't get overwhelmed. But every day of the week, absolutely, that's what we're all about.
What do you think makes Sensory Day so unique, John?
I think it's the low lights, it's the low music. We have sensory toys over there. It's really hard because our crew, we like to be loud. We like to have a lot of fun. So we kind of come up to the table real quiet, and we take the bell out of the window, and we just make it's really calming, really low-level calming music, and just a nice environment for these parents that are afraid to go out. It gives them a stepping stone, something that, hey, I think we can do this. And then eventually come in on a day where it's a little busier, and they'll feel confident to be able to go out, as they should.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think your staff likes to work for you? Like, what,
Well, it's definitely not the pay. I wish I could pay more. I think my crew deserves every penny and then some that they get. But it's the sense of accomplishment that we have together. It's the teamwork that we have. It's the.
Do you want to give a shout out to your team?
My crew. I love my crew. I always say, if you think you got a better crew, fight me. I will stand by my crew.
Or remember that one last video when you were on vacation? I think you said, if you have a better crew, bite me or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Me and my wife, we went and had our fourth daughter on April Fool's. And
Do you want to talk a little bit about the little macaroni?
Sure, yeah, she's great. She came out 9 pounds, 5 ounces. So she's a fantastic. All my daughters are great. So they really are. They're something else. I love them.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your family support, starting from your parents on, if they're still alive?
Yeah, my parents are still here. They're absolutely supportive. Both sides, my in-laws are super supportive. My wife and kids are super supportive. My brother does a great job, and a lot of my friends I consider family too.
What do you think your parents would say of how they, of how you came up and how they raised you? Were you always quite the handful? I'm just joking with you, John.
Yeah, yeah. I was. Let's just say I was in school suspension a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't. I was always a ham and a jokester, but I wasn't always behaved.
Why do you think Madame ZaRoni followed you on your dream, or how did you two meet to become,
Well, we met at UW Fox Valley, and we didn't have anything. I mean, our first apartment was a $350 a month apartment above Joseph Shoes and Nina, and we didn't have anything. And we fought and worked for everything we had when we opened up Glass Nickel. I mean, we did that. My parents had to mortgage their house so we can get our equipment.
Oh, your parents made a huge sacrifice. Huh?
Yeah, huge. A huge risk for us. Yep.
Did they ever say, John, we're very proud of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because that's important. Because I think a lot of times, in families, sometimes that parents don't give their kid that attaboy or I'm proud of you or even a hug or a gesture.
Yep. You got to do that.
It's important.
You got to give them an Oreo every once in a while.
So
yeah.
So are they surprised by your success?
I'm surprised by my success.
Why are you surprised?
I'm
not surprised because you are who you are. You're not no different in front of the camera than behind the camera. Like on your videos, you're not somebody that you're not.
Right. Well, you got to be who you are. What's the fun of lying to people? Then you got to keep up with the lie. It's the truth is so much easier. You just say how it is, and that's kind of the philosophy that we do. You just be nice, be outgoing, and sure, I have bad days, but it doesn't mean I got to spread it everywhere.
Do you want to talk about your love for food and what's your favorite food besides pizza?
Well, I definitely love food. I mean, I've always told people this is my degree. Barbecue. Barbecue. I love doing ribs and smoking meats and stuff like that. It's fantastic. I do love barbecue.
Would you ever consider selling barbecue at ZaRonis?
No, it's way too much work.
Way too much work.
Yeah, way too much work.
I'm just bringing up ideas.
Sure, yeah, I appreciate that.
So, where do you think as we touched on in the beginning, where do you think you really see this going in the future? Because is it more than you dreamed that it would take off this well?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was more that I dreamed, but I would absolutely love to go out in other communities and do the same experiences for them. I think low sensory days are important. I think a place out there that's doing a perpetual food drive, because hunger never stops, so food drives shouldn't stop either. I think a place that goes out and rewards people for going out and volunteering in their community or volunteering for their country or any kind of service that's out there. Mm-hmm. Something to tell people that, hey, we're all in this together. That's why they call it community. So I would love for ZaRonis to eventually be that.
You mean community-based, all out there for everything they possibly get their hands on, right?
Yep. And franchise, I don't know if that's in the picture for the moment, just because I did look into it, and it's very expensive to do.
Now let's talk a little bit about Eat Street, because Eat Street does. I mean, they do offer a good service, but
they do.
There's so many fees that are fees that are so.
It's good. They've got some good people driving for them right now. It's just the philosophy, and we made a promise not to be negative, so I really got nothing to say about it.
And we're not going to be negative. But,
sure, yeah.
But they do have a lot of fees that are taxed.
They do.
It's like.
Yeah,
I personally, since I'm disabled, I like the convenience of if I can't get out.
Absolutely.
Sure, I'll order some Applebee's or I'll order some, something from a different place.
Yep, so. Absolutely. And that's a great service. It really is. I feel that they do take a huge chunk. I think the percentage that they take from the restaurant, I just worry that it hurts a restaurant. I mean, as a restaurateur, we don't run on 30% margins. So if a company's getting 30%, that means if I'm running on a 10% margin, I'm losing 20%. And I just hope people know what they're doing. I don't want them to go out of business because of it.
Okay. Do you want to touch on any new menu items you got coming?
Yeah, actually, I do. Our staples, the Zuggets. We got a couple new appetizers, and we're calling them Zaps that we're going to be rolling out. And
what's in a Zap?
Zaps are just our appetizers because it's ZaRonis. We always play on words, but we have buffalo Zuggets coming out, Zachos, chili cheese Zuggets. Those are going to be rolling out, and then we're almost complete with our portobello mushroom cap phase. So we're doing these little pizzas on portobello mushroom caps that are going to be.
What's in those? Is it?
We got 9 different kinds. So we have 3 that are specified for a keto diet, so no sugar. We have 3 that are going to be specified for vegans.
Now, when you talk about keto diet, is that Can you be?
It's a new diet that's out there, and people follow these diets, and then they feel that they don't have restaurants that understand it, and we're all about it.
Speaking of diets, you do gluten free and
We do gluten free for gluten intolerant people, but I'm always honest with people that are celiac. We mix over 2,000 pounds of flour in a restaurant every week, so I don't even consider us having gluten-free toilet paper. It's in the air, so there's no way I can't get cross-contamination. But if it's intolerant, absolutely. Vegans, we have a vegan menu, and we have fryers that we specify that we don't cook meat in, just for the vegan nuggets and some of the other stuff.
What kind of vegan stuff do you offer? I mean,
We have it's Not Easy Being Green, it's a pizza. It's got spinach and avocados and jalapenos and green peppers and basil and Thai peanut sauce, and then a vegan cheese, which I've yet to find a good vegan cheese. If you guys know, if you're a vegan, help me out here.
So when it comes to like your Thai peanut sauce, how much of that do you sell? Do you sell a lot of that too?
We do, actually, yeah. It's got a little kick to it, so yeah.
I like a little spice.
Yeah, well, definitely you should try it out. It's good.
Now, last month last month you had the brisket pizza, right?
Last month was actually your favorite, the tuna melt.
Oh, the tuna melt.
Yeah.
And then the month before that was the brisket,
The
right?
month before, yeah, it was the Memphis briskets. It actually got national acclaim, and we had to come back and do it again. We're adding that to the menu.
How much Oh, you're adding it again?
We are, yeah. We're adding it when our menus come out in May. It's going to be a permanent item.
What gave you the vision for the brisket?
Famous Dave's.
Famous Dave.
Yeah. Yep.
And with our remaining minutes here, what would you tell a local business owner or entrepreneur that wanted to get started in maybe opening a restaurant? Because, there's a lot of ins and outs to that. It doesn't come overnight. You want to talk about opening your own business?
I would say definitely use the resources we have in this community. Get in touch with the Chamber of Commerce. Get in touch with Go EDC. Get in touch with the entities we have out there, because they're going to help you plan for all the things that you're not thinking of. The taxes, the licensings, the permitting. There's a lot of things other than just, hey, I think I can make a pizza for $5 and sell it for $10 and everything should be good. But it's not that easy.
Because if they can dream it, and they have people that back them and support them, kind of like this show and kind of like my crew.
Yeah. And kind of like us, finding my parents
to
mortgage a house for some equipment.
That must have took a lot for your parents to do, because
Yeah.
it wasn't a small sacrifice.
Nope, and it was a 15-year mortgage, which we just paid off this month, actually.
Is there anything you want to tell the Oshkosh community in closing within the last 30 seconds or so?
Yeah, I would say do what you do. Do what you can to help community. I mean, if you live here, why not? You might as well do it. Help people out. Get involved. Serve on boards. Volunteer. Meet your neighbor. Other than just Facebook. Yeah, it's very important. And just try to do the right thing, and the world will get a lot easier.
Again, this is Edward Castor for Making It Happen. If you have a show idea, email me at edwardcastor@yahoo.com. Thanks for joining me, John.
Hey, thank you for having me.
No problem.
Yep, now you guys get to eat this.